Okay, so lesson 1 is, as the name suggests, about exothermic and endothermic, and we're going to start off with a bit of entomology. Mr. Still will be very pleased that we're doing this. So basically, when we talk about exothermic, endothermic, we're just sort of decoding what those words actually mean. Now, what I want you to do is look up these words and write their definitions here. Okay, I'm not going to go through that right now. It's something for you to do. But what we should find is that when we're using therm in thermometer, thermostat, thermos, thermite, collectively the thing they all have in common is heat. And when we're using exoskeleton, external, exotic, exercise, exogamy, again, we are talking about external. And when we're talking about endosurgery, endoskeleton, we're talking about internal. Okay, so you're going to have to find out the definitions and fill these in, but fundamentally we're talking about heat, therm referring to heat, exo meaning external, endo meaning internal. So what we are saying then, if we're saying it's an exothermic reaction, we are talking about external heat. Okay, heat being given to the surroundings. When we're talking about endothermic reactions, we're talking about internal heat, heat being taken in by the reaction. So our two definitions here are at the bottom. So exothermic reactions transfer energy to the surroundings. Okay, so they're giving heat energy to the surroundings, therefore the temperature of the surroundings increases. So if you were holding a beaker that had an exothermic reaction in it, it would feel hot. It would be transferring heat energy to you and to the surroundings, so it would increase in temperature. Endothermic reactions take in energy from the surroundings, so the temperature decreases. Now this causes some confusion, because you think if something's taking in energy, why wouldn't it be hotter? But it's not taking it in and storing it, it's taking it in and using it. It's using it to power the reaction. So that heat energy has been taken in and converted into chemical energy. So yes, it takes in heat energy, uses that heat energy, so the actual temperature decreases. Okay, if you were to be holding a beaker with an endothermic reaction in it, it would feel cold because it would be taking energy from your hands. So what we have are two demos of an exothermic and an endothermic reaction, and also a practical, which for obvious reasons you're not going to be able to carry out. So what I would like you to do is watch the next 3 videos that are in this playlist. One showing the demo of concentrated sulfuric acid and sugar. I want you to make a note of the observations and decide if you think it's exothermic or endothermic. The second video, the ammonium nitrate and barium hydroxide. Again, make a note of your observations and endothermic or exothermic. Then the third video, spoiler alert, I'll just cover that, is this practical here. Okay, 5 different reactions, a variety of reactions, some neutralization, some displacement reactions, and by measuring the temperature change of those reactions, being able to identify whether they are exo or endothermic. And then once you have done that, we'll ignore this, don't need to do that, but I would like you to answer these exam questions on these next 2 pages. Okay? And once you've done that, I will upload the answer to these questions at a later date. But for now, I just want you to complete those.